Welcome back to Worldview. Gay marriage. It's an issue most have an opinion about and one that governments around the world now face. Should same-sex partners be allowed to marry and accrue the benefits of heterosexual married couples? Now, when the question is brought to the polls or in front of legislative bodies, the arguments tend to fall along age and social strata. Young people tend to favor being more neutral to favoring this issue. It's none of my business who you fall in love with. Whereas older folks tend to approach it from a more dogmatic point of view. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. When you further layer in international cultural bias, the results are very interesting. And Worldview did just that. Working with our partner school, UWC Atlantic College, the students here are from 70 nations around the globe. And our young producers are members of what we call the global faculty here. There's about 30 of them. And they went around campus trying to find answers to two simple questions. What is the policy in your country? And how do you feel about gay marriage yourself?
In one sentence, I'd say gay marriage is just as normal, should be just as normal and, accepted as normal marriage.
I personally know quite a few gay couples, gay and lesbian couples actually, and quite a few with adopted children as well. And they're all very, very happy and really wonderful individuals and family models. And personally, I don't differentiate. I don't see them or their children as any different than me and my family. I'm in full support of gay and lesbian marriage, and I believe that anyone should be able to marry whoever they want, wherever.
I voted for making gay marriage legal in the last election, and I definitely support it. And hopefully the entirety of the US will come to that conclusion over the next couple of years.
Hello, my name is Nai, and I'm from Burma. Burmese people tend to have very negative views on homosexuality and gay marriage, because since the majority of the population of Burma is Buddhist, they have a strong belief in karma, and they believe that homosexual people have bad karma from their past life, which is why they are born as homosexuals in this life.
Hi, I'm Imaan. I'm from Bangladesh, and in Bangladesh it's illegal to have gay marriage.
It is written on a paper that gay marriage is illegal in Afghanistan, but recently the people used to do it.
I totally support the fact that that people are gay, and we just have to get over the fact of it.
It is the next step, and it would be a really positive step to take to make everyone equal in every single way possible.
Hi, I'm Nils Schroeder from Norway, and in my country, gay marriage was legalized in 2009. I think it's a necessary step to truly enforce equality between men and women globally.
As Frank Ocean once beautifully said, marriage isn't between a man and woman, but between love and love, and I think that's completely accurate.
I think they should carry on, be happy. I don't mind.
I believe that marriage is between two people, not necessarily man and a woman.
I believe that every human being should be able to celebrate love despite their cultural or religious background.
Gay marriage is essential to assure that all citizens have the right to live a happy life independent of who they are or what they believe in.
Gay marriage is not harming anyone else. It's trying to get the same rights as any other normal person.
Every individual has the right to express him or herself the way he or she wants to. And I think everybody should be able to whoever they want to be.
On the one hand, I think that gay marriage should be legal. I think, straight people can get married and gay people should be able to get married. Why shouldn't they be as miserable as everybody else? On the other hand, I think a more progressive position is civil partnerships for everybody.
Hello, I'm Onita from Denmark. Back home, homosexuality is very common and a lot of people are homosexuals, and it's even allowed to get married in a church.
Because homosexuality is banned, no one actually knows about it, no one is made aware about what it is or anything of that sort.
In a few years' time, hopefully, I really hope, that you'll have people who said, oh God, remember that era when, people were fighting for gay rights? how could that have happened that, you know, gays did not have rights just because they like people of the same sex?
The piece you just saw was the brainchild of the entire global faculty here at Atlantic College, about 30 students. But it was the brainchild of the three students, Yvonne from Ghana, Ricky from Puerto Rico, and Imaan from Bangladesh. They join us here in the studio on the campuses of UWC Atlantic College. Welcome to Worldview. So tell me how this all came about.
Following the legalization of gay marriage in France and other countries, the people of Atlantic College and Global Faculty, in conjunction with Lucy and KenCon, decided to ask students in the school about their views on it and their country's views, and we thought it would be really good as we have over different nationalities.
So why was this an important issue for each of you? Imaan?
Because basically where I have grown up from, it's totally like Islamic, and it like abides the cultural background and everything in my country, and like people don't tend to be like gays most of the time. Like we've not seen so many gays like.
So it's basically hidden inside the culture, you don't see it come out?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Ricky? What happens in the United States and Puerto Rico?
In Puerto Rico, I don't know how much a big issue has become recently, but in the U.S. definitely has been a big part of political debates. A few states now passing for legalization of gay marriage, and other states adamantly against. But the opinion of some other of our U.S. students, they think that that'll be changing sometime in the near future.
Why was this an important issue for each of you personally? Let's start with you, Yvonne.
For me, this issue is quite sensitive, and I know most of my friends are, I wouldn't say will be affected, but then are always affected in this issue, particularly for Ghana. I know some few people who are homosexuals and gay, but then because it's not legal, it's quite difficult for them to adjust to the system, and so I thought it would be really good to do it.
What about you, Imaan?
I think it asks a very big question to human rights, because if gays are not allowed to get married with like the person they love, it's actually very contradicting, because like normal people they can marry, and gays should be also seen as normal people. But in my country, like it's not like that. So like, I really want to fight.
And why was this important for you, Ricky?
Well, I'm really for the live and let live type of mentalities. Like if that's what you want to do, then you go ahead and do that, and I'll do my own thing. And I feel like no other human has the right or the ability to tell another human being, no, you can't do this because I don't really like it, or so on and so forth. So.
What would you do if one of your friends came out to you? I mean, especially in the countries where it's illegal.
I would not be surprised, but then like other people, they might discriminate him in many ways. So if I'm involved in that and they see me as a friend of his, then I might also get discriminated, which I would of course not want to. Like, yeah.
Okay. And you?
For me, it wouldn't be a problem, and I wouldn't be surprised as well, because it's illegal, and I don't expect him to come up as it's not accepted. So I would help him in my own way to help him come out, but then I know that it was not going to be easy, but I would still be his friend. Yeah.
Now, Ricky, as the editor of this piece, tell me how you feel about the final result. Are you satisfied with it?
Well, for the amount of time that we put into it, which wasn't too much in the time that we had to put it all together, I'm pretty impressed that it came out to be as well put together as it was, and we learned a lot through the process of what actually goes into putting a segment like this together, and the actual time and dedication you actually have to put in, including some extra hours in order to get the finished product the way you want it.
We've been talking here with Yvonne, Ricky, and Imaan. Thanks all for a job very well done. You've been watching Worldview with Denis Campbell. We'll be right back.